So hi, good evening. So last class, the last topic was Gandhar and Mathura sculpture. So as I can see in this particular synopsis, that last class, yes, Mathura and Gandhara, they were completed. So the small part of the postmodern sculpture, that is Amravati, was remaining. So today we'll see that. And then after we are going to start with after the post-Maurya. So today we are going to start with the Gupta period art. So I hope this is the fourth class of this art and culture in your batch. So let's begin with that without wasting time. Let's begin with that what is remaining. So mention Amravati already in one of your table, the space was already there if you have kept that. So in that table you will be mentioning, and as I must have mentioned that not much is there to discuss, that not so many features are there in the Amravati, but few features are only there. So these few features we need to see here. We need to write, and then I hope that I must have shown you those images related to Gandhar and Mathura. So the remaining images related to the Amravati that we need to see today. So I'll connect in the middle. So listen, when it comes to Amravati sculpture, so it's a type of a panel sculpture. Amravati is a type of a panel sculpture. What do I mean by this panel sculpture is that you don't have a single dominating image. You may not come across a single dominating image, and there would be so many characters. Then there would be so many images, so many characters that you can see here. In the Mathura and Gandhara, what you have seen that though many places you must have come across some images, that some images, one image, one big image, and then other accompanied images, but otherwise there is a single dominating image in the Mathura and Gandhara. But here all the images are of that kind of sets. They share the same kind of space. No dominating image would be there. So moreover, it's a panel image which is a kind of a description, and not only description, this description is based on the folk narratives, that is the Jatak Katha. So folk narratives or Jatak Katha. So in fact these panel images or panel sculpture of the Amravati, it depicts Jataka Katha, which is the previous life story of the Buddha. So while looking at the images you can figure out that what kind of story they are trying to tell you. Then so please write that it's a category of a panel sculpture. It's a category of panel sculpture. Panel sculpture. Then further you mention which is based on folk narratives, or Jatak Katha. Folk narratives or Jatak Katha. Then so listen. So it is based on the folk narrative or Jatak Katha. Then, and what is this Jatak Katha? That already you have written in the stupa structure. So here also you mention that which are based on previous life story of Buddha. Which are based on previous life story of Buddha. So today I can see that less number of people are there on this response screen as compared to the other days. I think that even being online, you are less. That offline होता तो समझ में भी आता, online होके कैसे कम हो जाते हो? इतने सारे मैच देखने चले गए. And I don't think that match is too interesting right now, that you guys are seeing the match. And one day, it's not a one day affair, one day killing affair. That you kill all the time before this match. मैं भी देख रहा था break में. I was so pissed off with this, that regular wicket falling down. Then so let's come back to the classes are going to be more interesting than your today's one day match. And by the time when the class will get over, so you will get time to see the last overs of the match. So 120, only 120 है ना? हाँ, काफी सारे present है. No, I was just seeing the numbers. I was not seeing your names, but I was seeing the numbers. Numbers today, total participants are less as compared to the previous class. Previous class, near about 40 people were extra. So 40 लोग, यानी कि इन लोगों का कोई ईमान धर्म नहीं है. सिर्फ मैच ही देखना है. And if I would have been a student, so I would have opened 2 screens, one for class, one for match. ऐसा मैं करता. But class वाली बंद नहीं करता. So now you get back to this one. Panel sculpture based on folk narratives or Jatak Katha based on the previous life story of the Buddha. Then, so previous life story of the Buddha. This is what you needed to write and nothing else. Let's look at the images of the Amravati sculpture. So Amravati sculpture, as you can see the narration or Jataka stories. So this is what we call panel sculpture. As you can see that there is that geometrical panel and in which many characters are there. Then so in which many characters are there, they are about a story, that they are telling you a story. So what I have done, that I have incorporated the name of the kathas also, that those Jataka kathas also. So for example, that this panel, it is a Mahakapi Jatak. So if you want to read the story, you can read the story on web. Not required from the exam perspective, but if at all you want to know, so you can read these all stories. They are didactic. Many ways they are interesting also. Once you are reading, so you have some kind of lessons that you can figure out while reading the story. The next one, in Amravati, there is a one more panel. As you can see that it's a stupa. So stupa narration is there in this one, that how stupas are getting created. So there is a story involved over here. Then, as you can see, then another Amravati sculpture. So here, reverence to Buddha means that so many people, they are giving their that respect to the Buddha. They are praying Buddha. So this print is the symbol of the Buddha. So this is one. Then this is one of the most famous, most popular panel sculpture of the Amravati, where you can see the characters which are displayed over here. So there is this lady who is laying down, there is elephant, there is this lady is said to be sees an angel, and then there are 2 attendants. These attendants are carrying chauris in hand. If you have ever been to Gurudwaras, so if you have ever been to Gurudwaras, you must have seen that people, the priests who are closer to the sacred body, they keep the chauris and they keep on rotating like this way. So that is what we call chauri. So they are holding a chauri near this particular lady, and lady seems to be pregnant. She is giving birth to a child, and elephant is witness to that. This lady is showering flowers on the body of the lady. So this is the depiction of the divine story, or the divine story of the birth of the Buddha. So this is what we call Queen Maya Devi's dream. So these kind of panels were created in the Amravati sculpture. Okay? Nothing extra you needed to write in this one. It was just a 5-minute affair. Then, so with this, the topic of the sculpture is complete, and topic of the sculpture is complete. Now we'll move to the Gupta period. Then, so I know that many of you that, oh my God, that last class, I thought that Polity में 62 class हुए थे. No. It's not like that. I just wanted to know that what all prelims related subjects are remaining in your batch. I hope that you three batches, that EORB 1, 3 and 6, complete तो हो गया होगा काफी हद तक. I think that this is the only thing, and then also the ancient and medieval that's not has been covered in your class. So if today is the 4th class of the art and culture, so by 13th we'll be over with this one. Your class will get completed by the time. I think that this batch, I think I will be able to cover all those things related to prelims by 15th of May. उसके पहले तक cover हो जाएगा. Let's target that by 10th of May. But anyway, by 15th of May, it will be complete. मेरा तो मुझे पता है ancient medieval that so environment, remaining environment, and then polity economics. See, world history, Abhinav, it is not in prelim syllabus. Why to mention world history? It's a subject not to be mentioned in the prelims stage, and when it comes to mains also, so it's a subject which is least to be mentioned. disaster management, international relation. Even international relation is a subject more of a current orientation that you read from the PT 365. So that is also, I will not mention this, but yes, major portions ancient medieval environment, and then also यार मैं अभिनव, will I made myself a superhuman or super being that I would be able to complete it by the 15th of May? Do you consider me as a superman that I'll be able to complete? I'm giving you an estimate which is a very highly that positive. Even it may not get completed by the 15th of May. Then you are not the only batch that which I need to complete. And you are not the only batch, and moreover, there are many other batches. It's me that who is concerned about that your batches may get completed. So don't post this kind of things to me that कि मैं 15 तक तो late हो जाएगा. I myself is very much concerned that 15th of May तक complete हो जाए तो अच्छी बात है. And if you guys wanted to get it completed little early, so you must have joined the institute little early itself. So the onus is not on me. I myself is very much concerned. That's why I ask these questions to you. Otherwise मैं पूछता ही नहीं, ठीक है? So don't say that then. So don't say that to me. So yes, I got that what all subjects are completed. ठीक है? Let's not ask this question. Otherwise you guys will be sending me some suggestions that किसने पहले क्यों नहीं करा दिया. As if that I am a superhuman. I don't have a life, then I don't have my own personal things. I have only one place, that is Vision, where I would be working day and night, and then all the batches, I keep on repeating, and I keep on saying all the things, and nothing else is there in my life. I'm irritated, really. I don't like this thing, that this kind of words from your side. So let's get back to the part where I was. So this is all about that. This. Next one, Gupta art. So Gupta art, so when it comes to this one, listen carefully. That would all topics we are going to see in this one. I will list, but first of all, when it comes to the Gupta period, so Gupta period, as I have mentioned in the beginning itself, that it was the climax of the cave architecture, and moreover, highlight of the Gupta period is the temple architecture. So today's class will be starting with the cave architecture, and you have already studied about the cave earlier. In the Maurya period also, you have studied cave in the उसके बाद वाला period, post Maurya also, and then the final things about the cave is there in the Gupta period. So when it comes to the Gupta period cave, so that is the climax, means that whenever you are asked a question that in mains stage that write about the evolution of the caves in India, you will have to start from the Maurya, then you will be also quoting about the post Maurya, and then finally you'll be writing about the Gupta period caves. So cave we are going to study, then what else? Sarnath sculpture I will be making some comment upon, and then also the temple architecture. Today we will try to begin. Then so few words in the beginning, introduction of the Gupta period. So Gupta period is generally known as, it is called as the golden age of the art and architecture. Then so golden age of art and architecture. Moreover, there was a holistic development in the Gupta period as far as this art section is concerned. So there was holistic development. Not only at this point of time cave architecture reached its climax and temple architecture began, but also they created this all buildings, this architecture, these art forms, but also they wrote manuscript regarding how to construct temples, how to construct buildings. Then so this is one such a speciality of this time, and these manuscript, as you must have come across somewhere in your families itself, that people used to talk about this thing. What do we call these manuscript? These are today's Vastu Shastra. So these all begin at the Gupta period. So please write this introduction that. So please write what I was mentioning. Gupta age is considered as the golden age of golden age of art and architecture. Art and architecture. You know that why I got irritated, because from last 4-5 months I have totally dedicated myself to the cause of the students. So many batches are there. There has not been a day, hardly I get that one day off. You guys, you do have off on Saturdays and Sundays. I don't know that how many classes are going on, but for me there is no off even for a single day. And then until and unless I am ill, so I am not getting any kind of leave. And these 4-5 months I have taken the classes in all the batches. You know that how many classes are going on. That modern Indian history, 24 classes in your batch. Then after that you have art and culture 13, and then you have ancient and medieval 12. So 25 and then 25, 50 classes in batch. And there are more than 13 batches you can count on. So there is a heavy pressure. I am trying from my own side, and moreover at the same point of time I always ask to the management कि जितना जल्दी, I am more concerned about you all batches that कि इसमें ये नहीं हुआ है, उसमें वो नहीं हुआ है. So मेरी classes आप 2 लगा लो, 3 लगा लो, and that's why I get irritated that you never know that what kind of work I am putting from my own side, and then kind of expectations comes from your side when you don't know the reality. So that's how once there is a gap between that what work I am putting in, and then you guys have that certain kind of that your relaxed expectation. So that's how what I get irritated, that even after chalo, I will not indulge into this one. Why to impose my own problems with you? Chalo, I will just continue with that what I was saying to you. So golden age of art and architecture. Then you mentioned it was the climax of cave architecture. Climax of cave architecture. Moreover, it was also the beginning of temple architecture. It was also the beginning of temple architecture. No, I'm not, Abhinav, I'm not disaffected with your comment. I just got opened up related to that what is happening right now, because this situation which we all went through, that this corona and everything, that is very unfortunate thing, and that's what is the problem, that things getting delayed. And meanwhile when the classes all started, many faculties they got infected also. They were not able to take the class. So this is the hard time. This is really very hard time. Otherwise we would have been in the class. So this was hard time, and still it is going on. So somehow we all will have to accommodate each other one way or other way. So cave architecture and temple architecture. Then you write not only temple was made, but also, no, I know that Abhinav did not mean that way. You guys don't need to say, I know about him, but that's how, this is what happens. Then he is a regular and very studious guy. I know him. Then with the response screen itself. So you write not only the temple architecture began, but also manuscript regarding the construction of temple was also written. Construction of temple was also written. And then you write, what is this manuscript? So you can mention it as the Vastu Sastra. So Vastu Sastra. Then after, We are going to look at the cave, then Sarnath sculpture. ये भी लिख लेना. You guys please write Sarnath sculpture. And then the third one is the चलो अच्छा I was also a little bit disconnected इसीलिए मुझे लग रहा है कि तुम लोग लिख नहीं पाए. Let me repeat from the beginning what I said, that it was the golden age of art and architecture. Then what I have said, that golden age of art and architecture. Then you have written it was the climax of the cave making and the beginning of the temple architecture. Full stop. Not only temples were made, but also manuscript regarding the construction of temple was also written. This is what I mentioned. Manuscript regarding the construction of temple was also written, which is known as the Vastu Shastra. This much. Then cave, Sarnath sculpture and temple. So temple may, I just need to make it clear that how we are going to proceed in the topic of the temple. The very first thing that we will be mentioning in the temple is the evolution of the temple, in North India. So this would be the first topic in the temple. In North, and then after that, this will lead to, so there are some stages of the development of the temple that I'll mention, and then after, it will lead to the development of Nagar style of temple. So Nagar style of temple, and after writing about the features of the Nagar style temple, we'll be seeing the substyles of the Nagar. So substyle of Nagar, and there are 3 substyles of Nagar. So these 3 substyle, one is the Odisha, second would be the Chandela, and third would be the Solanki temple. So these all topics we are going to see in the Gupta art. Then, so Odisha temple, Chandela temple and Solanki temple. So these are topics we are going to see in this one. So let's begin with the very first topic, that is the cave architecture. Okay? So cave architecture. I will take 5-minute break. Okay? I'll take 5-minute break. You guys please be with it then. So, sorry for the disruption, guys. And it's not like that I was upset. But yes, that's what is life, that not every day is same. And then there has to be work-life balance. You guys know. And then whenever you are advancing in your life, I want some words from Abhinav. I just want to know that you are not upset. Yes, send your reply to me. I just want to make sure that you are not upset. Since it was your comment that I started saying something, but I also, I'm not feeling good about that what I shared with you guys, but this is what we call work-life balance. And a few lessons you can take from me, that since you are preparing at this point of time, you are all together in your aspirational phase. There would be many sorrows in this journey, and then there would be the gloomy days, there would be the sad days, but you will have to be prepared for those all days. That there would be many crest and trough in your, even in your preparation journey itself. And moreover, what is important in life, that since this is one part of your life where you are passionate about this exam, but please never forget to enjoy life. That is one very important thing, that no matter whatever success you had in life, if you are not enjoying it, if you are not living life, then there is no meaning of that success. Then so there must have to be a little bit of balance between the work and then your life. Then, and you must enjoy the things which are there in the world. You must see the things in the world. You must be happy even in the small things then. So smallest of the things you must enjoy, and that's utmost important, not just all the time running after the success then, or all the time being so pressurized with the work and these all kind of stuff. So yes, Abhinav, and now it's fine that I just wanted to see your comment then. So I just took 2-minute break so that I can come back, and लगातार classes चल रहे हैं. So please don't be worried that तुम्हारे बैच में टाइम से कंप्लीट हो जाएगा. But there are some other batches where I am little bit of worried that in those batches it will be difficult to complete those topics even before 25th of May. I will say that it may go overboard even in the June also. I'm little concerned about all the students. Really, this is what is my problem. That I'm concerned about you all, that your courses must get complete. At least you get 1 month time to revise those things. And that's not happening. So that's the one problem. Chalo. So I'll begin with this cave architecture. Cave architecture. So let's begin with the cave architecture. So now, when it comes to the cave architecture, so first of all, what I said that it is the climax of the cave making and the cave construction, which all started in the Maurya period. Further, it was accelerated during the post-Maurya period. And you have seen some of examples of the Ajanta cave, Ellora cave, these all kind of caves. You have seen the examples, but more than that, at this point of time, these caves are further incorporating many other things inside them. For example, the Ajanta cave, which we have quoted as one of the example of the Chaitya and Vihara over there in the post-Maurya, that's one specific cave which we are going to take and which are going to elaborate in much broader fashion, because this is the one cave which UPSC has asked so many questions, and very repeatedly they have asked questions. So in this topic, we are going to see all the caves in a separate cases, and then what all kind of developments were there inside these caves. So let's begin with the very first one, Ajanta. And as far as the development of the Ajanta is concerned, the 29 caves which are there in the Ajanta, they did not got completed in just 1 year, 2 year or 5 year. In fact, it took almost 650 years to get Ajanta completed. Its construction started during the post-Maurya period, but finally it was complete by 600 AD. So these all caves, they took hell lot of time to get completed, and so many things over the period got incorporated inside. So you cannot bracketify them in one such period. So that's why the climax stage we are reading in the Gupta. So the first cave that we are going to see right now, that is the Ajanta cave. Ajanta cave. And as you know that Ajanta cave is in the Aurangabad district of Maharashtra. Aurangabad district of Maharashtra. There are total 29 caves in this one. 29 caves are there, and it is purely Buddhist in nature. While I'm writing, you can also write simultaneously. So it is purely Buddhist in nature. Then these 29 caves, there are 4 Chaityas in this one, and this Chaitya concept we understood in the post-Maurya period. So 4 Chaityas and 25 Viharas. 4 Chaityas and 25 Viharas. Then, so 4 worship places and 25 shelters. Then when it comes to this Ajanta cave, so you know that these caves are created on a hillside, but which side of the hill? I hope you know that there is generally 2 sides of the hill. One would be the sloping side and another would be the steep side. Though the area where this cave is located, hills are not very high, but anyway, hill high ho ya kam high ho, there would be a sloping side and there would be a steep side. So the cave was created on the steep side of the hill. Then, so cave was created on the steep side of the hill. So a steep side of the hill would be this one. So it was created on the steep side of the hill. So you can create this diagram because Ellora में हम इसको फिर से वापस में discuss करेंगे, ठीक है? So steep side of the hill and this would be the sloping side of the hill. So you can mention that caves were created on the steep side of the hill. Caves were created on the steep side of the hill. Just 1 minute. The steep is not written in a good fashion. Steep side of the hill. Then when it comes to the layers of the caves, listen, that we have come across the instances of single story and double story caves inside the Ajanta. So please write that there are instances of single story and even double story single story and even double story caves. Single story and even double story caves. Then after that you write being created on steep side, there were no courtyards. Being created on steep side, there were no courtyards in Ajanta. So देखो, बहुत simple सा logic है when you are creating on the steep side. So here you cannot create the courtyard. But when the cave would be created on the sloping side, so there would be scope for the creation of the courtyard. So Ellora, which was created on the sloping side, there you will find the courtyards, but courtyards are not there in the Ajanta because it was created on the steep side. That's one thing. Then when we look at this Ajanta cave, so they are purely Buddhist in nature, that's what I mentioned. So how come we conclude that purely Buddhist? Because Buddhist specimen would be there inside the cave. So what is this Buddhist specimen or Buddhist type of the things inside the cave? So they are Buddhist paintings and also at the same point of time Buddhist sculptures. So first let's talk about the Buddhist sculpture and then I'll come to the painting. Painting is the one section from which repeatedly UPSC has asked many questions and we do have so many examples today to discuss in this Ajanta. So you write that inside the cave, Buddhist specimen, see there would be some terms of the art and culture. पहली क्लास में वो सब कुछ मेंशन हो जाएगा. So then onwards you will be comfortable with that. So for example that this word I'm using specimen, then so specimen, motif, intricate, these words would be used in the art and culture part. So specimen and many places I use this word motif. So इसको भी ध्यान में रखना that whenever I'm dictating this part, so this is spelling you will be writing. So Buddhist specimen which includes sculptures and fresco mural painting. Fresco mural painting. So fresco mural painting. ठीक है, तो पहले बात कर लेते हैं Buddhist sculptures की. So what all kind of sculpture, as you have seen over there in the Mathura and Gandhara, in same kind of pattern. When it comes to the iconography, I hope this is also a art and culture term. What is iconography? Iconography means that art of creating a sculpture. ठीक है? So art of creating a sculpture. Whenever I'll be using some technical art and culture related terms, so I'll be mentioning. नहीं mention किया है तो response में भेज देना. I will mention the meaning of that one. So when it comes to iconography of the sculpture in the Ajanta caves, they are quite similar to the Gandhara and Mathura tradition. Then, so quite similar to the Gandhara and Mathura tradition. And moreover, here also, they have depicted the entire life of the Buddha, and moreover, some places the Jataka stories also. So please mention that the iconography of Ajanta is on the line, is in line with Mathura and Gandhara sculpture, is in line with Mathura and Gandhara sculpture. Full stop. Then you mention Mathura and Gandhara sculpture, whereby there is depiction of entire life story of Buddha. There is depiction of entire life story of Buddha, and entire life story of Buddha and Jatak Katha. Entire life story of Buddha and Jatak Katha. Then you write some famous sculptures are, or some famous examples are, some popular examples are. I'll show you the diagram also, but pehle likh lo. So some popular examples are that Mara army, and I'll tell you this story also. This is a very interesting, insightful story. So Mara army obstructing, or not obstructing, you write tempting Buddha. Mara army tempting Buddha. And second example, you write reclining Buddha. संतोष इसको बंद कर देना इसी को. So Mara army tempting Buddha, and second example reclining Buddha. So let's look at the image. ठीक है, image से काफी कुछ समझ में आ जाएगा that what is there. Give me a minute. So after this image, नहीं ठीक है, और नहीं जरूरत है, उसको वैसे ही रहने दो. So पहले ये देख लो, this image of the Ajanta, as you can see that it is on the sloping side of the hill, that steep side of the hill. As you can see that steep side of the hill, so there are no courtyards, directly temple start हो जा रहे हैं, cave start हो जा रहे हैं, and as you can see that there is a single story, double story, here is a double story, but this is a single story, this is a single story, and the chaityas that you have seen, these look like chaityas, but these look like the viharas. Then, so this is the Ajanta structure. Then next one, what I said that these are the images. So this image already you have seen in the Chaitya. This is the image of the reclining Buddha. And what is this reclining Buddha? Basically, this is the stage where Buddha achieved Mahaparinirvana. That is the that death of the Buddha. So this is the one image which is taken from the Kushinagar where he originally died. So represented at many places. So reclining Buddha image of the Ajanta. And this is what Mara temptation, the temptation of Buddha by Mara, or Mara tempting. So there is a story which I'll tell you over here. Then, so listen, what is the story overall? That as you can see that here, this place, Buddha is in a meditative phase. one of his hand is in his lap. There was a question in 2012 related to this topic. So Buddha is keeping one of his hand in his lap, and this other hand of the Buddha, as you can see, let me highlight it. So this hand of the Buddha, you see that this is how it is going downwards. Then, so this hand of the Buddha, it is going downwards. Seems like it is touching the earth. Then, so it is touching the earth. So here what is happening, it is a story of the Buddha's 49th day meditation. So Buddha meditated for 49 days, and in this process of the 49-day meditation, there was one demon army. Listen, there was one demon army. This demon is known as the Mara. So Mara started approaching Buddha. And why he approached Buddha? Just to disturb in his meditation, disturb him from his meditation. So this demon army is coming from the one side, and this demon army is coming from this side, approaching Buddha. And then when Buddha is not getting disturbed by any of this Mara activities, so what happened, that this Mara, he proclaims in a shouting language, that what is the witness of your purity, that you are not getting disturbed. So then Buddha silently touches the planet Earth, silently touches the earth, the clay, and then on the behalf of the Buddha, this clay says that I am the witness of the purity of this man. I am the witness of the purity of the Buddha. So listening to these words, Mara is convinced that this man is not to be disturbed. He cannot be moved from this place. And then a satisfied Mara going back from this place. This is a Jataka story, but not many a times that people really figure out that this has happened, that Mara army must have come, or it is not written in the story. The overall meaning of this story, Jataka Katha, is all about indicating something. And here you need to understand this, that this Mara is what? It's not a real demon. It is the demon which is there inside your mind. Then that demon which is there inside your mind, there are so many things which are playing inside our mind. Then when you are determined, you can apply to yourself also. When you are determined to a particular thing, so there are many obstructions in your own mind itself, in your own body itself, rather than somebody else hindering your progress, somebody else hindering your determination. It is you are hindering your determination. So this Mara is synonymous to the internal those features which are there inside our mind, or vices which are there inside our own body, they are the one which are stopping us from attaining the enlightenment. So what were these internal vices? These internal vices are the feelings of the jealousy, then feelings of the attachment, feelings of the hatred. So these all feelings you need to overcome within you, and then you can be going to the next stage. So in the story, that in this Jatak Katha, it has been mentioned that Mara came up with his 3 daughters. Name of one daughter was the Irsha, another was the Jalan, then another was the Grida. So these all 3 daughters, they started dancing before Buddha. This is how the story is written, that they started dancing before Buddha, and Buddha was unmoved. One more daughter, Desire. So they all started dancing. Buddha was unmoved. So this is what, that when you are unmoved by any of your internal voices, they are not going to control you. You are controlling them. So then that's the stage of the nirvana. So this is what is the overall meaning of this story. I hope you got that. Today little bit of flow is disrupted, I know that. So but I hope you must have got that what is the essence of this story. So one more thing. What was the question in 2012 at that point of time when they asked about this one? So meaning of the Bhumi Spars Mudra. Simply it was Bhumi Spars Mudra. This is what is called that Bhumi Spars Mudra. That earth, Bhumi Spars Mudra, meaning earth is the witness to the Buddha's purity. That is the meaning. Okay? So earth is the witness to the Buddha's purity. So chaho to likh lo that you have written this example. So in this example you can write that Bhumi Spars Mudra. Let me write. So in this image, Buddha is in Bhumi Spars Mudra. Bhumi Spars. Isko likh lo, because this was the question in 2012. So Buddha is in Bhumi Spars Mudra, which means earth is witness to the purity of Buddha. Earth is witness to the purity of Buddha. Earth is witness to the purity of Buddha. Then, and it may be this second example which you have written, reclining Buddha, you can add one more word in this one. It is about the Mahaparinirvana stage of Buddha. Mahaparinirvana stage of Buddha. Mahaparinirvana stage of Buddha. Then, so let's get back to the next topic in this one. You have written about the sculpture. Now let's move to the fresco mural painting. So I'll keep it a little bit here. I hope you have written. So I'm writing the next title, fresco mural painting inside. Fresco mural painting fresco mural painting inside Ajanta. So this you write as a title. Let's listen. First of all, you don't know what is this painting. So fresco is a word which has been attached to this mural. Basically, mural is a category of the painting which is created on the wall. That is the definition, simplest definition of the mural painting. So mural is a wall painting. That's what you can say about this one. Painting topic may again we'll be reading about this mural painting, but that time also you will be writing just one word definition. The painting done on wall is a mural painting. But this mural painting has categories, and one of the categories is the fresco. Then, so fresco, which was very popular in India, and during the Gupta period it was more prevalent. So what is this fresco mural painting? Its technique we need to know, and then the examples. Then, so please write that mural is a category. Mural is a category of wall painting. Is a category of wall painting. Full stop. Then you write, inside the Ajanta, fresco murals were created. Inside the Ajanta, fresco murals were created. Fresco murals were created based on Buddhist theme. Fresco murals were created based on Buddhist theme. Based on Buddhist theme. Full stop. Then you mention based on Buddhist theme. Full stop. The technique of fresco mural is as follows. So the technique of fresco mural is as follows. So I'm writing these all things. Listen that what they do in the beginning. So they mix, in the very first step, they mix clay plus rice husk and cow dung. Listen. Please don't write, just listen to it. So clay, rice husk and cow dung, it is mixed thoroughly. It is mixed thoroughly, and a little bit of water also they do add in this mixture. So once this mixture is thoroughly mixed, they will apply it on wall of cave. Okay? So applied on cave wall. Okay? So now they are applying it on the wall of the cave. After that, what they will do, they will leave the wall for some days so that it must dry. After the wall is dry, so the next step, limestone is applied on this mixture. So what is this limestone? So limestone, I hope you know, that is the chuna, white color. So white color limestone is applied on this one. Then white color limestone is applied on this one. Then after this white color limestone is applied, then final stage when it is also dry. So in the final stage, colors are applied and image is created. So and image is created. So color is applied and image is created. So color is applied and image is created. Then, so this is how the process is getting completed. But I'll tell you the relevance of this mixture. There are two relevances of this mixture, and moreover why this painting is called as the fresco mural painting, M-U-R-A-L. Then, so please mention this, that in the very first step, a mixture of clay, rice husk and cow dung is created. A mixture of clay, rice husk and cow dung is created to be applied on the wall of cave. To be applied on the wall of cave. To be applied on the wall of cave. Then further you mention, in the second stage, limestone is applied. In the second stage, limestone is applied, and finally, the image is created, filled with colors. Image is created filled with colors. Image is created filled with colors. ठीक है? Filled with colors. Full stop. Then further you mention filled with colors. So mention करने के पहले सुनो. This mixture that you see, clay, rice husk and cow dung, as you can see, the nature of this mixture would be, it will be absorbing water. It can absorb moisture. So this mixture can absorb moisture. So deliberately this mixture was pasted on the wall because it can absorb the moisture and water. And once the painting is absorbing the moisture and water, it will enliven the painting as if the painting is created freshly. Suppose that painting is created 1 year, 2 year back, and you went over there, you sprayed a little bit of water on the painting, and then painting became altogether enlivened. Then, so that's what, that whenever you spray a little bit of water on this fresco mural painting, it seems like that it has been freshly created. So that's because of this mixture, and that's why it is called as the fresco mural painting. I hope you are understanding. Then, so you can write the trait of this mixture. So you write that the initial mixture retains or has the, not retains, that initial mixture is meant for absorbing water and moisture. Initial mixture absorbing water and moisture. Abhiday, I think that you are from that pure urban area. You have not seen the rice husk. Rice to jante ho na, what is rice? Then, so rice has an external cover. That cover is called as the rice husk. ठीक है? चावल का छिलका, that is what we say in Hindi, चावल का छिलका. And let me be very regional in this one, since I am getting that many of you are highly urbanized. It's not your fault that you have not been to villages, but yes, you need to see the villages of India. So जो हिंदी बेल्ट है ना उसमें पता है राइस हस्क को या राइस को क्या बोलते हैं धान. So that dhan is basically the upper pod of the rice and then inside that rice is there. So the upper pod is the rice husk. ठीक है? So different places, different names are there, but that's what I know in my area, that what we call dhan bolte hain. Paddy, you know. So entire paddy, yes. So entire paddy is what? That you have a outer covering and then you have the rice inside it. But I know that one thing for sure, that people in the urban areas, they know rice bran oil. So I hope that you must be aware with this, that it's one of the most hyped oils in our times, rice bran oil. And you know how it is created? It is created from this rice husk only. So this rice husk which is there, it is created from that only. On the tip of that, this rice husk, there is a little bit of scope of the oil, and that is from where they just extract the oil. So this is the rice husk. I hope you got that, Dipansi. Tudi. Yes, tudi is also what is mentioned at many places. ठीक है? So चलो आगे लिखो. I forget that the initial mixture absorbs, the initial mixture is meant for absorbing water and moisture. Full stop. Then you write that once it absorbs the water, it enlivens the painting. It enlivens the painting. It enlivens the painting. Oh, that's bhatta in Kannada. चलो ऐसे मुझे भी information बढ़ती रहेगी. धान का भूसा. No, I know that what you call धान का भूसा. When you grind it, then it will be bhusa. So it would be in the process of extracting rice bran oil. It becomes a bhusa. Then, so this is what is about that method of the fresco mural painting. There is, I said to you that there are two importance, that one relevance of this initial mixture already I have mentioned. The second relevance, it is very important for you to know. So the second relevance of this mixture, which is here, let me explain it. You know that once this mixture is applied on the wall, so then what happens that on this mixture you are creating the image, you are filling the colors. So this mixture, not only after absorbing the moisture it enlivens, but also it absorbs the color. ठीक है? So color को भी absorb करता है. So it absorbs the color, and moreover, not only it absorbs the color, but slowly what it does, that imprints the color on the wall of the cave. ठीक है? So the painting you have created on this mixture, not directly on the wall of the cave, but what this mixture does, that slowly over the period it absorbs the color and imprints it in the wall. So जैसे कि मान लो that this is the wall of the cave, and here this is the mixture, this much thickness is the mixture. So if you have created some image on this one, it is absorbing and it is imprinting on this wall. So after some point of time, even you remove this mixture from here, so what happens, that already painting would be here, and that's how these paintings survived 1,000 years, because of this method. Then, so because of this method, that you have created it on the mixture, and then mixture in turn it imprints it on the wall of the cave. ठीक है? And then it, over the period, it slowly, deeply enters inside the wall of the cave. So you write the second relevance. So the second relevance of this mixture, is it imprints, it also absorbs, second relevance of this mixture is it also absorbs the color, and imprints it on the wall of cave. Imprints it on the wall of cave. And imprints it on the wall of cave. Okay? So this is about. So I hope you understood. So many words are there in my dictionary from today onwards that Khakdi, Vari in Telugu, Khakdi in Mathili. Okay. I think that money I was knowing about the Mathili one because I have so many friends from the Mathili background. I do have a friend from the Telugu background also, but usko Hindi के अलावा कुछ नहीं आता है. What kind of Telugu he is? So let's let's move to the next one. That is the example of this. So example of this particular, and this is the place from where large number of questions UPSC has asked. Then, so one by one, I'm writing those examples, and wherever the meanings are involved, I will also be writing the meanings. Then, so example of these paintings, fresco mural paintings. So the very first one, you write in the color of that particular Padam Pani. This is a question in 2016 prelims. Then, so Padam Pani. And meaning of this painting or meaning of this structure which is created. So this is Bodhisattva holding a lotus. Bodhisattva holding a lotus. Hotu. Okay. Yashasvi, the colors were mainly vegetable colors, mineral color and vegetable colors. Minerals, for example, that you get the brown color and then also the yellow color from the, and red also from the iron. Then you get that some mineral of the chromium is there, in from that mineral you get the green color, and there were sources of the green color from the natural pigments also. Red can also be get from the, you can get it from the Palas flower. Palas was very popular flower in that area. In fact, that Maharashtra is the state where large chunk of the Palas flower is produced, and it's a very good red color source. So they were naturally obtaining these all colors, and they were these natural colors were applied on the wall. Okay? So Padam Pani. Then next one you write, next example, Vajrapani. So Padma Pani, Vajrapani, and meaning of this one, Bodhisattva holding a Vajra. Bodhisattva holding a Vajra. And what is Vajra? You can write the meaning of this word Vajra. This is thunderbolt. Then so you can write a sub bracket in this one, thunderbolt. Yes, Bhuvana, it is the fire of the forest. Even in Andhra also, Telangana, Andhra, Telangana, Maharashtra, Karnataka, not all the parts of the Karnataka, but some parts of the Karnataka, particularly the districts which are closer to the Mysuru, Chikmagalur, these all areas, you can find this Palash flower. One of the most beautiful flowers. Even I do appreciate that they happen in a bunch, then, and the bunch itself looks very beautiful. Even you can find it in the hilly areas of the Himachal also, but it's a little rare in the Himachal, but more prevalent over there in the Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh, Andhra, Karnataka, Plateau area, it is more prevalent. So Vajrapani. Then next example you write, Maitreya. And this was the question. This is question 2016. This is question in 2017 prelims. Then, so Maitreya, the meaning of this is the future Buddha. Future Buddha. Then next one you write, Manjushri. Manjushri. And Manjushri is what? It is the Buddha of wisdom. Buddha of wisdom. Then, so Buddha of wisdom. Then one more example you write. Avalokiteswar. It's a question which was asked, I think, in 2010. Avalokiteshwar. Okay? And meaning of this one you write? Avalokiteshwar. So meaning of this word is the Lord who looks down with compassion. Who looks down with compassion. The Lord who looks down with the compassion. Yes, it's state flower of UP. I have no idea about the state flower, but I have no idea. Maybe that. So these examples you write, I will write one question which UPSC has asked then. So these were the Maitreya and Padampani were the straightforward question, but there was one question which was asked, I think, before 2011. So that question I'm going to write, and I feel that that's a good question to be shared with you in this class. So I hope you have written. Now I'll just write that question. So question was, which of the following is Avalokiteshwar? Which of the following is Avalokiteshwar? And then they said, so first Manjushri, second Maitreya, third Kshetigarbh, and fourth Padampani. So this is what was the question, that which of the following is Avalokiteshwar. I have changed one of the option because that would have become that thoda jada ye ho jata. ठीक है? So, oh, that's great. Surrounded by this tree only. That's nice. So, can you tell me that what would be the possible answer of this one? I have not shown you the images, otherwise it would have become very easier for you guys to predict that what would be the answer. And let's look at the what examples you have written earlier. Then, so examples, is board ke saath bhi problem hai. So examples you have written earlier, it's moving itself. Just 1 minute. Now it's fine. So Padampani you have written. What is the meaning of that one? You can see. What is the meaning of the Vajrapani? You can see. What is the meaning of the Maitreya, Manjushri, and Avalokiteshwar meaning also written. Now, since you are seeing these all meanings, and then this one which I have not explained, that's why I have kept over here. So which of the following is Avalokiteshwar? So can you tell me the answer? So majority of the people are saying that, okay, 1, 1, and Versa has said third. Okay. And 1, 1, 1. Who else is as the changed position? 1, 1, 1. And Kirti has sent 4. Why Kirti? Can you explain that why? Vaibhav is also saying 4. Divyansu, Archana, everyone is saying 3. So let's come to the answer. Okay? So I will not tell you the answer. Then second time again I will ask. Now look at the images. Okay? So look at the images. You can see the image. Now you see the image. Can you tell me the name of this image which you are seeing right now? What is the name of this image? On the basis of what we have written in the examples, can you tell me the name of this image? What is this one? Iska naam bhejo, not the answer. Can you tell me the name of this image which you have already written in the examples? This one, as you can see, that there is a person who is holding this particular, what is this? This is a lotus flower. Then So yes, Padmapani. You all are seeing, you all are right that this is the Padmapani. Then this is the example. Yes, very right. You all are identifying it very right. So this is the Vajrapani. You can see that there is a Vajra in the hand of the Bodhisattva, that this is Vajra, this is the thunderbolt. He is the electric man in the Buddhism. So this is Vajra. Now, so again, look at this image and see that this person is looking down. He's not looking like this way, he's looking down. Then, and what kind of expression you can see from his face? That's compassion. Then, so you can see that compassion from his face. He doesn't look angry, he doesn't look sad, then he doesn't look that in any other such kind of emotions, but the emotion which can be depicted from this one, that he's seeing with the grace and then compassion. Then, so, and also looking down. So what is the answer right now? The 4. Okay? So Avalokiteshwar, it's actually the another name of the Padmapani. So this is how UPSC asks the question, that they expect you to see the images also, and on the basis of the images you need to apply your mind. Then so you need to apply your mind that this image I have seen, how it looked like, and then accordingly you can arrive at the conclusion. So many of you have sent right answers also. So now I hope you are finding it that Avalokiteshwar is the Padmapani. That is the example. अब ये last वाला जो example है, this one, this is the Vajrapani, but this last example which I have kept over here, here the no meaning attached, it is also in the Ajanta. The name of this meaning is the Apsara. Okay? So this painting. So you can write this example, some other examples. So other examples may you write flying Apsara, and it has no meaning. It's just a simple one, flying Apsara and dying princess. Flying Apsara and dying princess. See, Ajanta topic, why I have taken in such a elaborate fashion, because UPSC ने बहुत बार सवाल पूछा इस topic से, and in last 5 years it has become a kind of a tradition that they would be asking a question from something, some specimen related to the Ajanta. So for your, this way you can mark on that particular topic that this is the most important topic from the exam perspective. So after the Ajanta, let's move to the next cave, which is Ellora. Okay? So let's move to the Ellora caves. Acha, Vaibhav, you are from that area. Okay. So people that those who are closer to the, that those who are in the Aurangabad, they must have been to this place, that Ajanta and Ellora. Ellora is also in the Aurangabad, and it is near about 103 or 105 kilometers far from the Ajanta. So they are on the both the rear side of the rear end of the district Aurangabad. So second you write Ellora cave. Ellora cave, again in Aurangabad of Maharashtra. Aurangabad of Maharashtra. Okay? Then, how many caves are over here in this one? So, as per the description that in NCRTs, now let me tell you one controversy also which is there, that in NCRT what they did, that they have mentioned 32 caves then, but there are places where 34 caves are there. In fact, when you go over there in the Ajanta, you will find 34 when you count 1, 2, 3, but on what concept NCRT has mentioned 32, only they know. Then so I will go with my own experience, that what I have gone, I have seen and I have counted. ये हुआ था ऐसा मेरे साथ भी, that I studied 32 caves, and then somebody said to me, but from that place only, like Vaibhav has said, that with that place only, that sir, really 34 caves are there. So specifically I went over there just to count the number of the caves. You can see that that kind of freak I was. Yes. So I went there just to count. So 34 are there. So I will go with that what I have seen. जो आंखों से देखा है वही बता रहा हूं तुमको, ठीक है? So total 34 caves are there. 34 caves are there. And out of these 34 caves, here there is no such concept like that separate Chaitya and Vihara, because here all the 3 religions are involved. Then, so out of these 34, 17 belong to Hinduism. 17 belong to Hinduism, then 12 belong to Buddhism, and 5 belong to Jainism. Five belong to Jainism. So all the three religions are involved over here. Okay? So Hindu cave and then Buddhist cave and the Jaina cave. But the highlight of that, Vaibhav can confirm this, that highlight of the Ellora is the Hindu caves of the Ellora. Then, and moreover, Hindu caves may be the most important is the Kailasnath temple, which is a monolithic temple created in the Ellora. So you mentioned, as you can figure out, that Hinduism is the dominating one. So you write that Hinduism is the dominating religion in Ellora. Hinduism is the dominating religion in Ellora. Then further you mention the cave premise number 16. The cave premise number 16 in Ellora. The cave premise number 16. The cave premise number 16 of Ellora. Yes, Vaibhav, that is the Girish Neshwar temple, and in fact, since Vaibhav you are quoting this one, Girish Neshwar, so today's class I will quote something related to Girish Neshwar also. I think when I will be talking about the Nasik cave, so there I will mention something related to this. So cave premise number 16 is known as Kailasnath temple. Vaibhav, you can also send in the Marathi language. This is called as the Kailas Leni. Then, so here I am writing Kailasnath temple, but in the Marathi language you call it Kailas Leni. This way. So Kailasnath temple. Premise number 16 is the Kailasnath temple. Now listen, this temple is considered as one of the architectural wonder of India. So one of the architectural wonder of India, we need to know that why it is called as the architectural wonder of India. So first of all, this is a monolithic temple. Monolith, you have seen, single stone, created from the single stone. So it's a monolithic temple and a humongous structure. So a humongous structure, monolithic temple. Moreover, that why it is considered as the architectural wonder of India. First of all, it was developed by the Rashtrakoot ruler Krishna I. So this temple was developed by the Rashtrakoot ruler Krishna I, and it is said that as per the story goes on, that this temple he created on the request of the queen, that queen in one such night she saw a dream, and in that dream she saw that she was the devotee of the goddess Parvati and Lord Shiva. So she saw in the dream that she is going to a temple, and that temple, the very first thing she saw was the upper part of the temple, and slowly in her dream sequence all the parts of the temple were visible. So next morning he said to his husband, and he was the king, Krishna I, that I want this temple to be created dedicated to the Lord Shiva, and moreover, the way I have seen the temple, same way you will have to create. So she made a special request that temple must be created from the top first and then down. Generally any construction takes place from the down to top, but this temple was created from top to down. That is one factor. Another thing, that when we talk about that Maharashtrian plateau, then so this area of the Aurangabad, it is one of the most stable structures of the Indian continent. Then so most stable structure, because you know that Deccan plateau is, as compared to the northern India, which is closer to the Himalayas, is more stable. So Deccan is more stable, and here stability meaning that earthquake would be less in this area as compared to the North India. You know, while you have, I don't know how many of you are in Delhi right now, but every year in Delhi we counter more than 10 to 15 jolts. Then every now and then it has become so that we have become so accustomed to the small earthquakes that I do wonder that one fine day the big one is waiting. So there are so many tremors in Delhi. because it is closer to the Himalayas. Then, and Himalayas is an unstable region. But when you go to the Deccan Plateau, it's not an unstable region. So the salt, that the stone nature is very hard. And in geography, I hope you must have read about these three types of the rocks: sedimentary, igneous, and then also metamorphic. Can you tell me that which is the most stable type of the rock out of this, since you have studied in the geography? So the most stable type of the rock is there. So when you are chiseling out the most stable type of the rock, it becomes difficult. That when you chisel a rock which is freshly made and you chisel a rock which is there from the ages, so it will be difficult to chisel out that particular rock. So that's one problem, that it cannot be cut very easily. Another thing with this temple was that it was completed within a very short period of time. So no, Harshvardhan, I don't think that igneous, ऐसा सर ने बोला है क्या तुम लोगों को कि igneous would be the most difficult rock? I don't think. Igneous अगर जो सबसे difficult होता तो लावा से वो नहीं निकलता, because the basalt is more in the igneous. I think you guys need to revise on your geography knowledge. ऐसा ना हो कि मेरी कुछ मतलब knowledge खराब है, but I don't think that igneous would be the most toughest rock. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. चलो confirm करना that from where you guys are quoting. I just want to know that if igneous is really, I think that yes, what मेटामॉर्फिक. अब तो गेस हो जाएगा, तीन ही टाइप के रॉक होते हैं, सेडिमेंट्री, इग्नेस एंड मेटामॉर्फिक. तीनों लिख दो. Please tell me with the source that which is the most. See, I have already phased out this igneous because igneous cannot be the toughest rock because it is the one which easily melts. Then so वो कैसे toughest होगा यार, जो easily melt हो जाए, उसको नहीं होना चाहिए. I am applying my own logic. I have read geography long back, but I just believe that this is what I'm saying is correct because last day, so तुम लोग confuse कर रहे हो, मैं confuse कर रहा हूँ. Okay, so igneous to definitely no. चलो, this is good thing that you guys would be revising the these rocks, and moreover, what my knowledge says that where this silica dioxide, SiO2 would be more, that is what you call basalt, so that rock is easy to deform. Wherever you have more of a basalt, so you can easily deform it, but wherever the SiO2, that silicon dioxide would be less, so then it would be difficult to deform. कुछ तो पढ़ा होता तुम लोगों ने, एनसीईआरटी भी ढंग से नहीं पढ़ा और तुम लोग मुझे बोल रहे हो. चलो गूगल ही कर लो, कम से कम गूगल करके बता दो तुम लोग. So let's get back to this one. I was talking about that why it is architectural wonder of India. Then, so no, what I said that it's the most difficult kind of rock over here. So it's not easy to cut this rock. And the third thing I said that this temple was created a very short span of time. In fact, there is a documentary of BBC and later on National Geographic also. So they were amazed in these documentaries. They were amazed that the time span within which this temple was created, it is not possible to create such a humongous, such a big temple with the modern technology where you have the bombardment technique, where you have all the mechanical methods to cut the rock. So they said that it will take more than double the time in which it was completed if we are using the modern technology. So everybody was amazed with this, that how come this was created in such a short span of time. So yes, Vaibhav, it is 18 years and BBC estimated somewhere around 45 years with the modern technology. So this is what is the reality. So how it was created. Moreover, एक और चीज मैं भूल रहा हूँ which is related to this one, that why it is the one of the mysterious temples of India. चलो याद आएगा process में, so I will tell you, but meanwhile you write. So mention it is considered as architectural wonder of India. Yes, you guys are applying some kind of logic. See, this is what is required in this exam. Just don't go after the rote memorization. Apply your mind, like the SSV is applying. So process पे ध्यान दो कि कैसे क्या बनता है, कौन क्या क्या सह सकता है. So this way you can arrive at the answer rather than just rote memorization. So you're right. It is considered as one of the architectural wonder of India. One of the architectural wonder of India. Then full stop. After that you write, it is a monolithic temple. It is a monolithic temple. Monolithic temple. Hi Ankur, I have already provided the images to the classroom team. I don't know that there must be some delay, but you will get these all images. I have created for you guys only. मैं रख के क्या करूँगा इसको? So monolithic temple. Then further you mention. No Dipansi, not all the images are there in the vision material. This I created this year only, in 2020 only. So ये सारे images तो हैं ही नहीं vision के material में, ठीक है? So monolithic temple. Then you write the temple was created following top-down approach. Created following top-down approach. Top-down approach. Top-down approach, and it was created within a very short span of time. And it was created in a very short span of time. Yes, many of them are there, ठीक है? But सब नहीं है. So it was created in very short span of time, ठीक है? So now is the image time. You see the image. So this is what is the Kailasnath temple's image. Kailasnath temple's image and its mystery. There are so many mysteries of this temple. There is a one mystery that there is a one cave. उसमें हमेशा कुछ न कुछ अंदर से पानी आता रहता है. So people don't know that from where this particular water comes into that particular cave. ठीक है? So this is the front image of this Kailasnath temple. Then you can see that some more images. So the top one. So when this lady was depicting that the queen of Rashtrakuta king, Krishna one, when she was saying that what she has seen in the dream sequence, so she explained this, that 4 elephants on the top, and then she started explaining all the structure. So this is the top of the temple. You can see that other parts of the temple. And these are the sculptures inside the Ellora cave. So this sculpture, इसको भी लिखेंगे example wise. This sculpture is known as Ravana shaking Mount Kailas. So name of this sculpture is the Ravana shaking Mount Kailas. Then let me see if other images are there. So these are the Buddhist Buddhist structures in the Ellora. So you can see that Buddha's image then, and then you can see that Mahavira's image then. So Buddhism, Jainism, and one more thing you will be writing in this one, that Jain caves of this particular Ellora were known as Indra Sabha. Indra is a Hindu name, you know that Indra is a Hindu god, but in Ellora cave, the Jain cave was known as the Indra Sabha. ठीक है? So बहुत बार ये confusing हो जाता है that once UPSC has asked this question that Indra Sabha is a Jain cave, Hindu cave, Buddha cave, all of them. This way they can ask questions. So you need to identify that it is a Jaina cave. So please write what you have written. So एक last part लिख लो, that in Kailasnath, this temple was created by Rashtrakoot ruler Krishna I. Rashtrakoot ruler Krishna I. Then further you mention it also had Ellora also had sculptures based on Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism. Ellora also has sculptures based on Hinduism, Jainism, and Buddhism. Hinduism, Jainism, and Buddhism. Then you write one of the famous sculpture is Ravan shaking Mount Kailas. Ravan shaking Mount Kailas. Ravana shaking Mount Kailas. Mount Kailas. Full stop. Then, after this you write, the Jain caves of Ellora, the Jain caves of Ellora are generally known as Indra Sabha. Are generally known as Indra Sabha. Indra Sabha. Then, so let's look at that one more cave and then I'll give you one small break, not big break, but small break. Okay? So, Silas, you have just quoted that thing. तुम लोग को interest हो तो मैं बता सकता हूँ that what is this vaporization technique. That if you guys are interested, but let me tell you that this will not be useful in the exam process. कि एग्जाम में कहीं नहीं पूछेगा, but if you have a little bit of enthusiasm related to this Kailasnath temple, that how it was created, so there is a theory regarding that. I can share with you, but until and unless you say to me that you want to know. So now the next cave which I'm going to mention, Elephanta cave. So third you write Elephanta cave. And this is okay. So off coast Mumbai. See, why do I do want to share these all things, but होता क्या है ना कि पहले तुम ही लोगों से पूछ लो और ब्लेम तुम ही पे डाल दो. ये अच्छा रहता है ना कि if I have been asked that कि ये तो एग्जाम में नहीं आता, ये आपने क्यों बताया, तो इसीलिए मैं तुम लोगों से पूछ लेता हूँ. So listen, it's that just a 1 minute thing. As per the ancient technology, Vedic technology, that when you go by the Vedic Shastras, then and in the Vedas are not just about the religious things, but Vedas are a composite knowledge of the mathematics, astrology, astronomy, then metallurgy. There are so many things which were mentioned in the Vedas. Then, so Vedas are one of the, they have mentioned so many architectural things also. According to the concepts which are mentioned in the Vedic text, there was one such instrument which was called as Bhaumastra. So the instrument was called as Bhaumastra, and Vedic people, that as they have mentioned, that this Bhaumastra was used for cutting the stone. And the other mystery which I didn't mention, usko bhi sun lo, then I will talk about the Bhaumastra. So the other mystery with the Kailasnath temple that BBC also finds, and that Alien History also finds, and that National Geography also finds, that if a good sum of rock was removed from this Ellora, so where is that rock? They tried to find out at all the places, nearby places in India. They also tried to see it in the Arabian Sea, but they were, it was not to be found out. So the next amazement, that if this kind of humongous structure was created, where is that rock? That rock must have been there at some place. But since that rock is not to be found, so then this particular technology comes to picture, and it is mentioned in the Vedic Shastra that there used to be one mechanical instrument which was Bhaumastra, and what this Bhaumastra was doing, that it was not only cutting the rock, but in the process of the cutting the rock, it was making the rock as a smoke, then, and it was vaporized into the environment or smoked into the environment. Then, so that's what is the technique that they have mentioned, but till this point of time, though the scientific people, they try to prove that कि ऐसा नहीं हो सकता है, that's how it is debatable, but it is the one thing which is believed by the people of that area, that Bhaumastra was used in the construction of this temple. Then, so this is what Sales has quoted, that vapor, what you have written, Sales, I'm just trying to see that what you have written. Vaporization technology. Yes, this is the Bhaumastra, is the vaporization technology. So now let's come to the Elephanta caves. I was writing about the Elephanta caves. So many of you must have been to Elephanta. those who are the natives of the Mumbai, near around Mumbai, so they must have been to the Elephanta. So generally what people do, that they take a ferry from the Gateway of India, or also that I think from Borivali and these all areas also, they take a ferry and then they go to the Elephanta. It's on one island. The caves are in a dilapidated condition. They are not in a very good condition because it is in the middle of the sea, and you know the character of the sea, that so much of that vapor with the salt will be coming to the place, and then that's how it will always be in dilapidated condition. So it is in a dilapidated condition. And when it comes to, so I know that you guys are interested in the art and culture sources. Is it not enough that what we are doing in the classes? I know that when I need to share, today I am not going to share anything related to sources. In next class I will share. Chalo. You guys, since many, I have already seen that what was the request over there. But try to be in the classes. कोई purpose होगा तभी मैंने share नहीं किया होगा, ठीक है? So let's look at the topic. So Elephanta caves. So when you look at the Elephanta caves, there are the dominating structures inside this one. There are sculptures, and these sculptures are based on the Hinduism. The dominating one is the Hinduism. It is believed that earlier Buddhism was also there, but at this point of time, Hinduism is the dominating religion inside the Elephanta. So you write that it is situated off coast Mumbai. It is situated off coast Mumbai. Then further you mention off coast Mumbai. At this site, many sculptures related to Hinduism. At this site, many sculptures related to Hinduism was created. And the most famous is sculpture of Trimurti. Can you tell me that who would be in the Trimurti? Trimurti में कौन होगा? So who would be in the Trimurti? Whose all images would be there in the Trimurti? So the very famous sculpture is the Trimurti. And what is this Trimurti? So chalo, it takes little bit of time when I start asking questions to you. So let me tell first. Then, so Trimurti, generally people say that Trimurti means that yes, the answer has come, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. So that's why I asked that you guys will be sending the replies then. So Durgesh has also sent the same, and same is the Siddharth, same is the Mani, same is the Archana, and Dipanshi, then Devendra, Prashant. Okay, BHM is good. Prashant, you are innovative. BHM. But who is H here? I don't understand. BHM, Mahesh to samajh mein aaya, Brahma bhi samajh aaya. Who is H here? Then, so, Soumya, Shiva, Brahma, Vishnu. That's also okay. SBV, Destroyer, Protector, Preserver, Shiva, Parvati. So that's why I asked. If it would have been that simple, I may not have asked this question. This Trimurti is the image of, not the image of, it's not a Tridev. See, whenever you get this kind of question in the paper, you will have to see what is written, what word they have asked. They have asked Trimurti, Teen Murti, they have not asked Tridev. Whenever the word Tridev would be there, it will include Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. But when there is a Trimurti, it could be anything. Three idols would be there and anybody's images could be there. So that's what is to be taken care in exam. Once you are writing your answers, you are finding your answers. So here Trimurti, it's the image of Bhairav, Mahesh, and Uma. लिख लो इसको. Not three-headed Shiva. It's not three-headed Shiva. Three heads are there, but all the heads are of the different people. Bhairav, Mahesh, and Uma. Bhairav, Mahesh, and Uma. Samar, I'm seeing you after very long time. Your reply is coming after, I think that last week you didn't attend the class. So Bhairav, Mahesh and Uma. And Bhairav is not form of Shiva. Bhairav was the devotee of the Shiva. Those who have been to the Vaishno Devi, they must have read the story of the Bhairav. That topmost portion over there in the Vaishno Devi temple is the Bhairav Sthan. And you read, whenever you go over there, you read the story of the Bhairav. Bhairav was the devotee of the Shiva. He is not the aggressive. Generally what people say that Bhairav is the aggressive form of the Shiva. No, it's not aggressive. He was a one devotee of the Shiva. And also, this Uma is the consort of the Shiva. Okay? That's the second half of the Shiva, that better half of the Shiva. Okay? That is synonymous to the Parvati. So this is about this particular Elephanta building. Image dekhna ho to image dekh lo, that how Elephanta looks like. So an island wonder is the Elephanta. You can see that the natural environment over there in the Elephanta is quite good then. And this is the image which I was quoting, that this is the image which I am quoting, that this is the Trimurti. So one is Uma, this is the Bhairav, and this would be the Mahesh. ठीक है? बाकी के images देख लेना बाद में. So now the next topic is the Bagh Cave. I'll give you just 5-minute break. I will leave the class little early, but I'll give you the 5-minute break here. हो सकता है 2-3 मिनट ही हो. So be there. If you want to fetch water for yourself, you can do. I will start little early. So let's look at the next few caves. So there are a good number of the caves that we need to see. So as you can see the image itself, chalo image pehle hai to image hi dekh lo, that Bagh Cave, and the second image which is there in this one. So these are the some of the paintings inside this cave. I will mention about this one, and it has a Chaitya also. So Chaitya bhi hoga ek in this cave. So this is the painting of the Bagh, and also this kind of that beginning is there. So please mention Bagh Cave, and it is situated, Bagh Cave is situated, let me write on this page only. It is closer to Indore, on the banks of Bagh River, near Bagh River in MP. So in MP. Then, so you keep on writing. मैं यहीं पे लिख देता हूँ. So there were total 9 Buddhist cave. 9 Buddhist cave. Moreover, nine Buddhist caves. Then moreover, after that, you further mention cave number 4 of this cave number 4 of this cave is known as Rang Mahal. Cave number 4 of this cave is known as Rang Mahal. So cave number 4 is Rang Mahal. And why it is called as Rang Mahal? Because this is the cave inside which the beautiful frescoes based on the Buddhism is created. So you write, in this cave, beautiful frescoes based on Buddhism was created. Beautiful fresco mural painting based on Buddhism was created. So that's all about the Bagh Cave. Then you can see the image, second image, which is there. So please see the image. If any such kind of doubt is there, you don't need that last 5 minutes. You keep on sending that doubts to the doubt screen. If team is not able to that if team finds it, forward it to me, they will forward it to me. Then so you will get the replies, no issues. It's not just about that I will moderate my courses according to that what is done in the other batches. I know that some places, some people do take the last 5 minutes to solve the queries. That's not my approach, so I will not take up. You can keep on sending the questions to the question screen. Team will reply to you, and if they feel like so, they will forward it to me. So then further you mention that this is the one such image and it has Chaitya that I have incorporated. So next is the Nasik cave. So Nasik cave, as the name suggests, that in the Nasik, so Nasik area. So now when it comes to the Nasik cave, it's particularly a vihara. Then it's not a Chaitya, it's a vihara. Then so it's a vihara. Generally it is called as the Nasik vihara. Some places it is mentioned 23 cave, some places 24 cave, but let's write 23 for the time being. Many of the places I have read that 23 only, but one or two places it is 24. So total 23 caves, sandstone caves are there, and since it is based on the Hinian tradition, since you have not studied the Buddhism, so Hinian tradition means that the tradition in which the idol worship of the Buddha was not happening. So in Hinian they don't do the idol worship of the Buddha. Then moreover, when it comes to the Nasik, and I hope you know that Nasik is more popularized in the Indian culture as a Hindu place, a very sacred place of the Hindus. Then very sacred place of the Hindus. You know that there are the 4 Kumbh Melas. Then 4 Kumbh Melas which happened. So which happens, one at the Haridwar, second at the Prayag, third at the Ujjain, and fourth is at the Nasik. So the one importance of the Nasik is then this particular Kumbh. Then another importance of the Nasik is very famous. Trambakeshwar is there in the Nasik. Vaibhav can confirm since you are from that place. So very famous Siva Jyotirlinga. Let me tell you the concept of the Siva Jyotirlinga. So there are 12 Siva Jyotirlingas in India, and these 12 Siva Jyotirlinga, out of these 12, the very first one is at the Trambakeshwar, which is in Nasik. Then so though these caves are a kind of Buddhist, elsewhere that they are Buddhist, but otherwise this place is more popular from the Hindu culture perspective. So please write Nasik cave, but here only I will be mentioning about the 12 Siva Jyotirlingas also. ठीक है? So पहले इसको लिखो that Nasik cave. Then you write total 23 caves. Total 23 caves based on total 23 caves based on Hinian tradition of the Buddhism. Hinian tradition of the Buddhism was created. Then you write further, they are viharas. They are viharas, meaning that resting places for the monks. They are viharas. They are viharas. Then now change paragraph and then you write Nasik is very important. Nasik is very important from the perspective of Hinduism. From the perspective of Hinduism. Then you mention it's the place of Kumbh Mela. It's the place of Kumbh Mela. That's the last of the Kumbh. Okay? So last of the Kumbh, first Kumbh happens at the Haridwar, then Prayag, then Ujjain, and then Nasik. So Kumbh Mela. There is no such information that who built that. Otherwise, I could have quoted that who built that. Even when you're writing Ajanta and Ellora, no such ruler has built them. 600 years, then that's a long time. There were patrons who were rather unknown than being known to the people. And this is what Buddhism says, Jainism says. Don't get popular. Then you don't need the popularity of your name. Do the work. Do the job. and that job would be known to the world. Then, so further you write what you have written. Nasik cave, Hindyan tradition, and then Nasik you are writing one Kumbh Mela, and then further write the sacred river Godavari. The sacred river Godavari emerges from the Trimbak range of the hills. Trimbak range of the hills. And that's what we call Godavari Kund. It's closer, the place is believed to be closer to the Trimbakeshwar. And now, at this place, I'm not quoting, but I'm just going to write those all 12 Shiva Jyotirlingas. Then, so when it comes to these 12 Shiva Jyotirlingas, listen about. This is also one topic which UPSC has asked repeatedly many questions from this topic. And I will share one question with you also, which UPSC asked in 2016. उसके पहले भी एक आध questions थे, but 2016 one was the interesting one, so I will share with you. ठीक है? So you write as a heading that, just 1 minute. We are not moving to the next topic, but we are writing 12 Shiva Jyotirlingas. Can you tell me the places where these all Shiva Jyotirlingas are there? And if anybody who knows the concept of the Shiva Jyotirlinga, what is this Shiva Jyotirlinga? Anybody who knows the concept that what is Shiva Jyotirlinga, or maybe can you tell me that which all places do come under the Shiva Jyotirlinga? Some of the names you can tell me. Total 12 places in India, Indian subcontinent, there are the Shiva Jyotirlinga, and these will be mentioning. So as I mentioned, the very first one, that is the Trimbakeshwar. So Trimbakeshwar, I hope you all have come across this particular mantra. Maybe in your families people would be doing. So those who in this kind of tradition, so they do the recitation of this mantra, which is known as the Triambak mantra, Mahamrityunjay mantra. How it starts? So Om Triambakam. So this is the first word. Triambakam is referring to the Triambakeshwar, which is there in the Nasik. So the very first one I will be mentioning here. I'm writing here. So that let's write it in the color of the Triambak. So Triambakeshwar. Triambakeshwar. So people have started to, so very good, very nice. Some of you have quoted it right. Baidyanath, Sri Sailam, Ujjain, Devghar, Rameshwaram. Sarita, there is no in Udaipur. Nothing in Udaipur. Very good, Durgesh. This is what is the answer, where Shiva appeared as the fiery column of the light. So, oh, that's ultimate. That I never expected this in any class, that anybody would be giving me this kind of explanation for the first time. Let me share, this is the very first time that somebody has given a right explanation of the Shiva Jyotirlinga. And bravo, Durgesh, that you know it. So it is said that in the Indian tradition, it is said, okay, so you all have mentioned this one. Good. Bhuvana, that's nice that you all know this. Chalo, to mera kaam aasan ho gaya, main jaldi likh dunga, theek hai? And many of you know. So listen, that it is believed in the Hindu mythology, for the first time, Lord Shiva emerged as a fiery column at 12 places in the India. So 12 places in the India, and these 12 places we need to write. So they are the most sacred places associated with the Lord Shiva. Then, so these sacred places, so let's write, let's mention. So the one which I have started, this is the first one. This is considered as the first one, but in Maharashtra, large number of the these particular Shiva Jyotirlingas are there. So the second which I'm writing is the Girishneshwar, which Vaibhav mentioned earlier. So Girishneshwar, it is closer to, it is the Ellora area. Then another in the Maharashtra is the Bhimshankar. Bhimshankar. So there are 3 from the state of Maharashtra. Then, so let's look at the adjoining state, that is Gujarat. So from Gujarat, there are 2. And what are these? So Bhuvana, you have written all the 12. So Nageshwar, and Somnath. Nageshwar and Somnath. These two are from Gujarat. You can mention these two are from Gujarat. Then the next one, after this, the state where there also there are two Jyotirlingas, that is the state of Madhya Pradesh, and these two are, please mention, Omkareshwar, Omkareshwar and Mahakal. ठीक है? Mahakal, Ujjain. Then, so Mahakal, Ujjain, Omkareshwar and Ujjain. Then Mahakaleshwar, generally it is known as the Ujjain is the place, but overall name is the Mahakaleshwar. So ऐसे ही लिखो, original name you write Mahakaleshwar. So these two are from the state of Madhya Pradesh. Then let's go to South India. So from the state of Tamil Nadu, so state of Tamil Nadu, you have Rameshwaram, Rameshwaram, it's from Tamil Nadu. Then state of Andhra, Srisailam, and Srisailam is also known as the Nagarjun. Okay? So Mallikarjun, not Nagarjun, Mallikarjun in Srisailam. So Mallikarjun in Srisailam, Andhra. Then how many we have written? So 4 and 5. So that is 9 we have written. And then Kasi Vishwanath, Kashi Vishwanath, UP, that is Varanasi. And then the last one, some of you have quoted Baidyanath, that is Devghar in Jharkhand. So these are the 12 Jyotirlinga, and all of you, it is a request that all of you must remember this one, these 12. These are the 12 Shiv Jyotirlingas. Once you have mastered this list, so it will be easier for you to remember the things in the, or to mark the right answer in the prelims examination. So now I'll be sharing one question with you which was asked, I think, in 2016. So same way, the question I wrote in the Ajanta. So एक बार इसको जल्दी से लिख लो, and then I'll come to the question. That is Nageshwar, not Nagesham. Nageshwar. ओके बैद्यनाथ, कितना लिखा है हमने? 3, 2, 7 and okay, 1 is left, that is Kedarnath. So one more you write, that is in Uttarakhand, Kedarnath. Kedarnath in Uttarakhand. 10. So these are the 12 Shiv Jyotirlingas. I'll give you 1 minute, I'll move to the question. The last one is Kedarnath. Now, so I'm writing the question which was asked in 2016. Which of the following is a sun temple? Which of the following is a sun temple? Then the options which were given: difficult, but when it comes to the, let me share the original question itself, what was there. Just give me 1 minute. So original question I'm sharing with you. ऐसे मेरा काम भी easy हो जाएगा, लिखना नहीं पड़ेगा. So let me share with you. That's how what we do. Just give me 1 second. So you can see the question. This was the question in 2016. कई बार क्या होता है कि क्वेश्चन का एसेंस चेंज हो जाता है when I am writing. So which of the following is are famous for the Sun Temple? ठीक है? This was the exact question. So the options, as you can see, that what is mentioned, Arsavalli, ठीक है? Then Amarkantak, Omkareshwar. So Amarkantak and Omkareshwar. Now listen. So how you can, if you go on remembering so many temples of India, there are more than thousands of the temples which are very popular in India. You cannot remember. It is an impossible task, and if you are doing so then you are a fool. Then I tried to do that. I was a big fool then. So you cannot do that. So what you need in this exam, that you need to remember some of the strategic fact. And when you know the strategic fact, you can very easily you can come to the answer. I will not say easily, but you can, by applying your strategic knowledge, moreover your analytical ability, you can answer the question. So let's look at this one. So what is over here, that you see these all. Have you heard anywhere Arsavalli? Most of you, no. Those who are closer to this place, they have heard. Amarkantak, you have seen this Amarkantak in the geography syllabus, where you talk about that Narmada river and Son river, they emerges from the Amarkantak plateau. One goes to the Patna side and one goes to the that Gulf of Khambat. Then so Cambay, so Gulf of Cambay. So this what you have read in Amarkantak, but you haven't read Amarkantak from the perspective of the religion. Then what is Omkareshwar? So this is the one which you have read right now. Abhi likha na Omkareshwar. It is a Jyotirlinga. So Shiv Jyotirlinga. So what you can write about, let me mention, what you can mention about this one, that this Shiv Jyotirlinga, basically that this is a Shiv temple. Then you can mention this is a Shiva. Then, so if this is a Shiva, so wherever the option 3 would be there, that cannot be a Sun temple. So which all places? Answer 3 is there. 3, you can see that second place, 2 and 3, cut it. Then you have 1 and 3, cut it. Then because 3 is already a Shiva temple, so cut it. And then you have last one, 1, 2, 3, cut it. What is answer? Even if you haven't heard Arsavalli, even if you haven't heard Amarkantak, you have your answer ready for you. Only if you know these 12 Jyotirlingas. So that's what I call strategic fact in this exam. If you remember this is strategic fact, this, see that, Abhinav, I detest this word. Bura mat manna, because this word elimination. But yes, why I started detesting this word, people so many times they emphasize that कि eliminate करो. Elimination के लिए कुछ fact जरूरी है. Without knowing those strategic fact, you cannot eliminate. It's just a method, but overall it's your analytical ability. That's how you can eliminate the things. Then so I hope you understood that how you can arrive at this kind of answers. ऐसे आ सकते हो तुम आंसर्स पे. अगर जो तुम लोग मुझे, since already your modern Indian history class is complete, but this year's paper, I don't know that what other peoples have discussed and what not they have discussed, but if at all, if I had to discuss, so I would have given you that some ideas, some other ideas that how you can arrive at the answer without knowing so much about the things which were asked in even in this year paper. So there are many ways of arriving at the answer, not just mugging into the book or so many material. But I have seen so many people discussing the paper solution. I feel very pathetic about them. That the way they discuss, it just seems like that they are paid something, and just for that payment they are trying to justify. And how come that today paper came, within 2-3 days people are starting discussing the question paper without investing a time into that. You start discussing the paper just to make yourself popular in the market, make yourself visible in the market. That's not what I like, and that was not mere like ka to chhod do. That's how these discussions in the market, they are not beneficial to you. In fact, that you must be invested with those all kind of techniques that how you can arrive at the answer. Generally what people do that कि एक नाम रट के आ जाते हैं, eliminate करना है, ये करना है, logic तो बताओ चीजों का. So they are missing on the logic. ठीक है? So yes, Abhinav, this is right, that UPSC goes beyond the books. It really tests you that how you are observing the things in and around your society, how you are seeing the people, how you are seeing the things. They're really interested in this rather than just the facts which are written in the books. And believe me, that nahi believe karoge to bhi kabhi miloge to apne that these people who have that from my own near and dears, once they have cleared the exam, I know them, I have seen them every day and night, that how they studied. Nobody ran after the books, nobody was a fanatic about the books. And the one who was fanatic, you know where he is before you, teaching you. So, and all of them cleared this exam, and the one who was fanatic about the books, he's teaching you and sharing his own life experiences with you. So let's get back to this. I hope you may find this useful. ठीक है? ऐसा अगर जो useful लगे तो कम से कम मेरे लिए एक smiley बना दो. आज का दिन बहुत heavy रहा. So I will discuss. देखो मुझे ना extra class, I didn't got the extra classes, and since there is a paucity of the time also, and there is a little bit of pressure from my own end also that your course must get completed. I'm really feeling like this, that if it doesn't get completed, so if you don't get even 15-20 days to revise, so all the things which are done in the classes, that would be futile. So we are trying, we all are trying, and we all are pressurizing. Chalo, thank you. So nice. अच्छा लग रहा है अब मुझे, कम से कम क्लास खत्म होते होते मुझे मैच देखने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी, where they have already England is playing like anything, just 1 wicket. So let's get back to this one. अभी phone connect कर दिया था, and now so the next cave that we need to see. So already you understood the answer. This way, in this topic, in the art and culture topic, I'll be sharing so many questions so that you can get inside that कि ये जो इतना डराने वाला section है ना, इतना डरने की जरूरत नहीं है, ठीक है? You will be clearing the exam and with application of the mind. So let's move to the next part. So after the Nasik cave, the next one you write. Now I'll have to connect the other device. मैंने phone connect कर दिया था. So next you mention Udaygiri and Khandagiri cave. Udaygiri and Khandagiri cave. So these caves are located in Odisha. Thank you, Soumya. So Udaygiri and Khandagiri cave. And let me show you the image of Udaygiri and Khandagiri cave, then I'll mention about this one. So this cave is in Odisha, and in fact one of the very popular tourist destination in the state of the Odisha. So Udayagiri and Khandagiri cave, and one more image is there. This Udayagiri and Khandagiri cave, it's popular from the Jainism perspective, and I must have mentioned in the previous class that whenever we were mentioning about those Mathura sculptures, so there you have written that images of the Buddhism, Hinduism, Jainism, all of them were there. But whenever you are writing the Jaina images, and particularly Vardhaman Mahavir, so you will see that always his image would be naked. And if you come across any such image in the Indian subcontinent, particularly in the naked form, so generally it is associated with the Jainism. So these caves, Udayagiri and Khandagiri, are popular for the Jainism. As you can see that completely naked caves are there, and there is a one such concept in the Jainism, particularly when Vardhaman Mahavir was there. So they believed that that's how you are closer to the nature when you are naked, and that's how you are closer to the nature, and that's how you were born. At the time of your birth, you were not born with the cloth. Then, and at the time of the death, that your only that part of the body will go. So they see that that's how you are closer to the nature. But being in such kind of idealism that you were born naked and you must remain naked, and that's how you will go to the heavens in that you will go to the heavens naked. That's idealism. In the today's world, if that kind of thing is practiced by a lot of people, so you can see that Indian courts, how burdened it would be. Then I hope you know. So these were the Jaina caves. Please write. Already you have seen the images, so you write that these caves were created. These caves were created during the regime of Jan King, during the regime of Jan King Kharvela. Jan King Kharvela. Then further you mention Jan King Kharvela. Then further, the caves are adorned with sculptures based on Jainism. Sculptures based on Jainism. Adorned with the sculptures based on Jainism. Based on Jainism. Then there is one more aspect of this one. These caves, they not only boast about the Jaina sculpture, but they also have the sculptures related to one of the classical dance form of India. And you know which classical dance form from Odisha? Odissi. So you write that it also depicts sculptures related to Odissi classical dance. Odissi classical dance. So Odissi classical dance. Then so Odissi classical dance. So this is about this Udayagiri and Khandagiri cave. Now let's look at the next cave, that is the Junagadh caves. So please mention next one. So mention Junagadh caves. Located in Girnar Hills of Gujarat. Located in Girnar Hills of Gujarat. Okay? One more name is there. This is also known as, it is also, साथ में लिख लो, it is also known as Uparkot cave. It is also known as Uparkot cave. So I'll not show you the image first. First let me create this image. उसके बाद then बना लेंगे, दिखा दूंगे. So what you need to create, that you need to create so many stairs. So at this platform, there is some kind of cave. Then stairs rising from this place also. So this place, some kind of cave. So here you can create the ground. So this is the ground, stairs, and this you call, this one and this one you call upper court. Though in the image, I know that this is not very clear, but the original one, when you see, so it will be clear. So now, what is this, why they are called as the upper court? Because the caves were created little higher on the hill then. So they were created little higher on the hill and they were not created on the base of the hill. So that's why they are called as the upper court. And you will have to take stairs to reach to the caves. Moreover, these caves, that when it comes to the nature of these caves, so it is said that these caves must have seen the Buddhist phase and also the Hindu phase. So that's why in these caves, in the Junagadh cave, you will find specimen and motif associated with Buddhism and Hinduism both. So please write that the caves were not created on the ground level. The caves were not created on the ground level. Instead, on the ground level, they were created on a raised platform. Connected through stairs. A raised platform connected through stairs. Connected through stairs, full stop. Then you write, these caves have specimen associated with both specimen and motif, associated with both Buddhism and Hinduism. Associated with both Hinduism and Buddhism. Okay? Then you can see the image. So this is the Upper Court cave. As you can see the image, I tried my best to create the image, but here it is clearer to you that you can see that there is the stair, there is a cave, then the stair is going this way, there is a cave, then stair is going that way, so there is a cave. So on the upper reaches of the hill, the caves were created and they were connected through the stairs. Then, so this is about the Junagadh cave. So I can move to the next part. So that's all about the cave that we needed to discuss at this point of time. We are done with the cave section. And after the cave, I need to start with the Sarnath sculpture. I will complete. Okay? Sarnath sculpture. Motif का मतलब होता है design. ठीक है? Motif is design. It's a art and culture word, architecture word. When we say motif or specimen is also design, but specimen particularly referring to that living being design. Then, and motif is a kind of a design, that's some kind of symbols. So these are the words which are often used in the architecture. So now the next topic that we'll be seeing, just give me a minute. The temple architecture we need to start. No, Sarnath sculpture I need to mention. So Sarnath sculpture एक बार mention कर देता हूँ. That would be the last topic for today. And then after temple architecture we'll see. Tomorrow do we have class? I have no idea that in which batch I have the class. So you can confirm that on which particular day if you have the schedule available to you. So please tell me that when we are meeting for the next time. So next one you write Sarnath sculpture. And for this section, I have not brought any image today. So next class, I will bring the image of the Sarnath sculpture. So just like that, you have seen that 3 styles of the sculpture in post-Maurya period. That is the Gandhara, Mathura and Amravati. So Gandhara, Thursday we have class. Okay. Day after tomorrow is there. Chalo. That's good. So day after tomorrow we'll be starting with the temple architecture. Now, so Sarnath sculpture is just like a one more style in the sculpture tradition of India. But when you come to the iconography of the Sarnath, it is closer to the Mathura. So in iconography, it is closer to Mathura, but there are few changes which we'll mention. Moreover, the Sarnath is different from the Mathura, Gandhara and Amravati because here when it comes to the stones, so they used pink color sandstone. You have seen that they were using the gray color sandstone in the Gandhara, red sandstone in the Mathura and white marble in the Amravati. So they were using pink color sandstone, and these pink color sandstone, they were mostly obtained from the Chunar mines of the the districts which are closer to the I hope that you know this district, Sonbhadra. Sonbhadra is a one such district of the UP which is surrounded by many states, and it's the only district of the country which touches states like, since it is in UP, so it touches UP, it touches Madhya Pradesh, it touches Jharkhand, it touches Bihar, I think Chhattisgarh also. Okay? So map में देखना that Sonbhadra is the one which touches the 5 states of the country, and this is the district where the Chunar mines are closer. So it was obtained from the Chunar mines and pink sandstone. Moreover, as I said to you, that iconography was closer to the Mathura with some kind of new addition. So these new additions I will mention. For example, that when you look at the Sarnath sculpture, so you see that the cloth which Buddha is wearing, it is more closer to the transparent nature. So more closer to the transparent nature, because once they are depicting a cloth, so they must be depicting that what is there on the chest of the Buddha. So his nipples would be visible. So meaning that his nipples are visible, meaning that cloth is the transparent. And then how they will depict the cloth? By the folding of the cloth. So cloth ऐसे fold करके बनाएंगे, so पता चल जाएगा कि that he is wearing a cloth, and if the chest part is visible, so means that transparent cloth is there. Another such a speciality of the Sarnath sculpture, that the halo which was behind the head of the Buddha, it was highly decorated. So it was highly decorated. Otherwise you have seen that in Mathura it was decorated but not highly decorated, and in Gandhara the halo was not at all decorated. So Gandhara, no decoration on halo. Mathura, decoration in halo, but in Sarnath, high decoration in the halo. Another speciality, that they also combined many Jataka panels with the dominating image of the Buddha. So this is one more speciality, that they combined the Jataka panels with the one big image of the Buddha. And one more speciality of the Sarnath, that not only they created the sculptures from the pink sandstone, but they also started creating sculptures from the bronze and copper. Bronze and copper. So they also started creating sculpture in the metal tradition. Okay? So please write that this style of sculpture was practiced in between. This style of sculpture was practiced in between Nalanda and Varanasi. Practiced in between Nalanda and Varanasi. Then further you mention they used pink sandstone. They used pink sandstone which was sourced from Chunar mines. Pink sandstone which was sourced from Chunar mines. Full stop. Then you write. ऐसे ही लगातार लिखते जाओ. We don't need to kind of that separate it. जैसे पिछले वाले section में किया था. So you write that the iconography the iconography of Sarnath is closer to Mathura sculpture. The iconography of Sarnath is closer to Mathura sculpture with few new additions, or with some new additions. With some new additions. With some new additions. Full stop. With some new addition. Then further you mention, which are as follows. So, just 1 minute. I'll show you one image. As Archana has said something, कभी कभी NCERT वाले भी ना बेवकूफ बहुत ज़्यादा बनाते हैं. This is the Gautam Buddha of the Sarnath. As you can see, that there is on the margins of this halo, there is a heavy ornamentation. Okay? So there is a heavy ornamentation. Don't go by that. I have done so much of research on this topic, and then I come to the classes. So this one you can see. This is the Sarnath Buddha. And चलो अच्छा ही हुआ कि मैंने image दिखा दिया तुम लोगों को. So let's look at this, the transparent image. The nipples of the Buddha would be visible in this one, meaning that he is wearing a transparent kind of a cloth. Some folds are there, like here, the folds are there. So these folds are depicting the drapery, that transparent kind of drapery. Then moreover, as you can see that there is a heavy ornamentation over here. The immediate part is little, maybe NCERT wanted to refer only this much part, but they referred to entire. Then, so, and one more thing I just wanted to share with you, that this NCERT, which is the Introduction to the Fine Art Part 1, it was heavily criticized. It was released in 2011 and it had so many errors. Then, so it was heavily criticized, and then within 3 years only, that NCERT body, which is situated, I think that, what's the name of this place? Very famous place over there in the South Ex Delhi. चलो याद नहीं आ रहा है. इसको चीनी करके ऐसे नाम है, अध चीनी. So they withdrew the book. But the problem is there with the UPSC market. It's not about the NCERT's fault. Once anything comes to the UPSC market, that becomes immortal. As if that all the time it will remain there, and your life would be burdened that you need to read that book. NCERT ने उसको रखा, नहीं रखा, हटाया, फेंका, गिराया, जो भी किया, it doesn't matter in UPSC market. If any book is released by NCERT, so once it comes to the market, it stays forever. Then, so it's the UPSC which makes the things immortal, but otherwise things are mortal, and that's what is the reality of this NCERT Introduction to the Fine Art, in which it is written. So I hope you understood this one. चलो अभी लिखो, लिखने का काम करो. What you were writing? So you were writing. So iconography, which are as follows, you have written. Then further you write that in Sarnath, transparent drapery was depicted. Transparent drapery was depicted. Transparent drapery was depicted. Then further you mention the halo around the head of Buddha. The halo around the head of Buddha, was intricately designed, on the margins. Intricately, yes, Asutosh, it has many errors. But I always do convey to him, and he always seeks advice to me, that if there are some errors, if you find, so he is a very humble person. and he always asked to me that it's not that I'm trying to make myself quite bigger. We all have something to share. So I also share many things with him, and then he also says that he always emphasizes that if you come across any such error in the book, make a point to me, and I do that, and he changes the things in the next edition. So intricately designed on the margins, Then you write one more addition in Sarnath's sculpture. One more addition in the Sarnath sculpture was incorporation of Jataka panels. Was incorporation of Jataka panels. And one last feature you write, incorporation of Jataka panels. Then you mention not only stone sculptures were created, but also sculptures from metal like copper and bronze were also created. For example, I'll show you one more image. This is the last image that I'll show you. So just give me a minute. So for example, you keep on writing Sultanganj Buddha. For example, Sultanganj Buddha. So this is what is the image of the Sultanganj Buddha. You can see Sultanganj Buddha. This is created in the metal and it is the Sarnath style. ठीक है? So metal में थोड़ी सी चीजें change हो गई, that there was no halo and moreover few more things. But transparent drapery, you can see that here also his body looks like that his upper chest is visible. Transparent drapery is there. ठीक है? So this is all about the Sarnath school of sculpture. ठीक है? Sarnath school of sculpture. And next class, day after tomorrow, so we'll be starting with the temple architecture, Nagara style. We'll be completing that, and we'll also be completing the South Indian temple architecture. Yes, one class is enough for the temple architecture. Hopefully we'll be starting the medieval also. So medieval architecture we can start. I can target for that. So they have, so these styles, no, they are not. This is historical. You are reading about the historical things about the Harshvardhan. So why that these styles, that they were based in a particular time and context. So now they are no more practiced. The new kind of things are practiced then, but yes, they are preserved. So they are preserved in the museums and in their natural locations itself. So this was all about the today's class, and now you can see your favorite match, which I think that is a lost case. Maybe मैं गलत हो जाऊं बाद में. So meet you day after tomorrow. Chalo, thank you and good night.